Join me as I dive into the historical journey of Saladin and see if I can conquer the challenges he faced while reclaiming Jerusalem. In this video, you will explore the remarkable story of Saladin and his campaign to reclaim Jerusalem from the Crusaders, setting the stage for a significant chapter in medieval history. Saladin's campaign to reclaim Jerusalem was not an easy one. He faced significant challenges from within his own ranks, with divided Muslim forces that often worked against each other. The Fatimid dynasty in Egypt, for example, was a major rival to Saladin's Ayyubid dynasty in Syria, and their complicated history of alliances and rivalries made it difficult for Saladin to unite the Muslim forces. Additionally, the Crusader defenses in Jerusalem were formidable, with a strong wall and a well-trained army waiting to defend the city. The city itself was also a significant prize, having been conquered by the Crusaders in 1099 and remaining a crucial stronghold for the Christian kingdoms in the Holy Land. Despite these challenges, Saladin was determined to reclaim Jerusalem, and he spent years building alliances with other Muslim leaders and gathering an army strong enough to take on the Crusaders. He also had to contend with the rivalries between different Muslim factions, often having to negotiate and manipulate them to achieve his goals. This delicate balancing act was a crucial part of Saladin's strategy, as he needed to present a united front against the Crusaders. Saladin's strategy also involved weakening the Crusader forces through a series of smaller battles and skirmishes, gradually wearing them down before launching a full-scale attack on Jerusalem. He targeted key strongholds like Hattin and Acre, using his cavalry to devastating effect against the Crusader armies. These battles were critical in weakening the Crusader defenses and setting the stage for the eventual siege of Jerusalem. Saladin's alliances with other Muslim leaders were also crucial in his campaign to reclaim Jerusalem. He formed close relationships with leaders like the Sultan of Mosul and the Emir of Aleppo, using these alliances to strengthen his army and gain access to key resources and strategic locations. These alliances were often fragile and required careful manipulation, but they ultimately proved critical in Saladin's success. Saladin's forces breached the city walls of Jerusalem on October 2nd, 1187, after a grueling siege that had lasted for several weeks. But rather than slaughter the civilian population, Saladin's forces showed remarkable restraint, and the city was taken peacefully. The Crusader defenders, realizing their situation was hopeless, negotiated a surrender that allowed them to leave the city with their lives. This peaceful resolution was a testament to Saladin's mercy and his desire to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. The moment when Saladin's forces breached the city walls of Jerusalem was a turning point in the history of the Crusades. It marked a significant shift in the balance of power, as the Muslim forces regained control of the city and dealt a major blow to the Crusader kingdoms. The subsequent negotiations between Saladin and the Crusader leaders further underscored the complexity of the relationships between Muslim and Christian leaders, as they navigated the treacherous landscape of 12th century politics. Saladin's victory had a profound impact on the Crusades and on Muslim-Christian relations for centuries to come. It marked a turning point in the history of the Holy Land, as the Muslim forces began to push the Crusaders back and reassert their control over the region. It also had significant implications for the development of Islamic civilization, as Saladin's legacy inspired generations of Muslim leaders and thinkers. Thanks for joining me on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments and check out my other videos on historical events and figures for more captivating stories.